Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, August the 6th, 2024. Tuesday, August the 6th. Well, Morgan, the ghost of Morgan, the hallucination of Morgan was today. And it was interesting because Sonny knew he was hallucinating Morgan. He knew Morgan was not there. So, he's talking to Morgan, and Morgan was trying to, reassure him, letting him know how much his family needs him, and he goes, no, they'll all be better off because Sonny's standing up on the ledge looking down, and Morgan is standing up there with him. And he says, Dad, all of your children need you, but I'm no good to them. I bring destruction to all of my children. You know this. Look at what happened to you. Your death was on me. And he goes, no, Dad, my death wasn't on you. When he brought up, Ava, which is interesting how he would know that, but Sonny would know that. So in the hallucination, Morgan's telling no, that was on Ava switching my meds. Morgan didn't know Ava switched his meds, but in Sonny's mind and in his hallucination, Morgan knew. And I'm surprised Morgan didn't say, Dad, you need to get checked out, right? But anyway, he was just reassuring him, talking to him, and letting him know Christina is down there right now fighting for her life. She needs you, Dad. No, I heard Christina the most. She saw when I beat Dex and not Christina. Christina never needed to see that. Christina saw a lot more when she was younger, Sonny, and you know it, or you've forgotten it. Or these writers we have now, they don't know. They weren't around. So, needless to say, by the end of the show, Kevin is packing up, getting ready to go home. Laura had stopped by. It's Kevin's birthday. So she bought him his favorite cupcake, which he devoured and loved with a candle on it, and some hard to get tickets on Broadway that they're going to go in the fall. Just the two of them spend a whole weekend. But anyway, Kevin is packing up, and Sonny comes walking into the office. And Sonny tells him, he says, something, Kevin, he says, I need your help, or I need some help. And Kevin looked at him and says, okay, like what kind of help? And Sonny says, something is wrong with me and I can't take it anymore. So good. What Kevin is going to do, we all know it. He's going to order blood work. He's going to talk to Sonny first, see what his symptoms are, how he's feeling. First thing he's going to do is order blood work, because he's going to say perhaps your dose of medication is no longer sufficient. And the blood work's going to come back that there is 0 dose of medication in his system. Now, Sonny is going to have to go home and get Kevin his medication. Unless for some reason, let's say for the sake of speed in this soap, they may have Sonny have his medication in his pocket, which, I mean, that's a big bottle. But sometimes, you know how you have a smaller container for your pills. He could have a smaller container, especially if he knows he's going to be home late, because he takes his pills twice a day, morning and evening. We'll see. Either way, whether he has to go get the pills and come back, they're getting ready to finally crack open the medication dosage case. It's interesting. I thought Sonny was going to do more damage, but hey, the night is still young, or the days are still early. So now, especially Brooke has been trying to reach Sonny. Dante, of course, calls Jason. He tells Jason, he needs him. He tells him Jason what happens to Christina. Jason is with Carly. And he says, I don't know where Sonny is. He can't be found. So Jason says, I'm on my way. Jason heads to GH, but before he goes, he tells Carly what happened. Carly's in shock. She's sitting down and she's actually crying, but not like broke down sobbing, but she's actually crying because Sonny did fail to show up for his visitation, his play date with Donna. And Donna's been asking for her father all day. Carly's tried, had nothing to tell. What can I say? I don't know where he's at, right? But she's still trying to keep her hopes up, honey. It must be something important if your father's not here. So when Jason came in through the back door, Carly was complaining about that. She says, I've got Donna so upset. Sonny never stands her up like that. And Jason says, Sonny has not been acting like himself. And Carly's like, oh, I know, but poor Donna is suffering because of it, right? And then pretty much that's when Jason gets the call, because Carly brings up the fact that she can't believe the charges are dropped and she doesn't know who is responsible. She's been racking her brains and she can't figure it out. And then Jason gets the call. He goes to GH. Now, mind you, Christina is taken in for emergency surgery. She's still bleeding internally, which means the emergency cesarean, they didn't do a very good job to make sure they tied up everything and, stopped her bleeding. But perhaps, once they took the baby out, they did what they needed to do with that surgery, and maybe they were going to run some more tests and, come to find out she's bleeding internally and could possibly from the uterus, which still the C-section should have took care of. But, and now she might have to have a hysterectomy. And Molly was like, oh no, it's all my fault. She's telling Sam, Christina getting pregnant, trying to be my surrogate. Now she may never be able to have kids. And Sam said, first of all, it's absolutely not your fault at all. At all. Let's not think of the worst. Sam was like, there's one person at fault, and that's Ava Jerome. But anyway, Christina makes it through the surgery. Alexis is by her side. She's out, crying, at her bedside, pretty much trying to be there, holding her hand, touching her face, and saying how grateful she is that she is still alive and that she fought to be here. And Molly taps on the door, and Alexis tells her to come in. And Molly wants to sit with Christina. And so Alexis goes out, and Molly's holding her hand and crying and saying, Christina, I'm so happy you fought and you're here, but Christina, I want you to get better. And she wakes up and she, of course, mauls and she's crying. I'm so sorry, Molly. I'm so sorry. I lost our daughter. I lost our girl. And Molly's like, Christina, no, calm down. Because Christina's starting to get upset. Molly said, listen, no. You need to rest. You need to calm down, Christina. Right? Because you need to get better. So when Molly goes into Christina's room, TJ and Jordan head off. Looks like they may be going to the cafeteria, going outside for a walk, doing whatever, but kind of she's removing him from the situation. And the look on his face is anger, because I'm telling you now, TJ's just going to be nothing but a mountain of anger, especially with Molly trying to, care about her sister, because she'll probably try to be there, stop and visit a lot when Christina's rehabilitating. Blaze will be there, but Molly will probably be there too. And TJ's going to be nothing but angry. So like I said, I think this is going to be the rift right? So Jason gets to the hospital. Dante fills him in on, everything. And he tells him that, yeah, the accident, the fall came from Ava Jerome's room. And Jason looked at Dante and said, is Ava in custody? And Dante said she was at the police station. She's brought in for questioning. He goes, I think she's still there. But, I was ordered to come and be with my family. So I really don't have any updates. And so Jason said he was going to try to find Sonny. Dante said he's not in the chapel. I went there. So Jason walks away from Dante and he picks up the phone and he calls Brick, who is standing up on top. He has his personal tailor doing measurements. Brick's getting a new suit. And, that man is smooth, suave, and debonair. And he tells Jason says, look, I'm looking for Sonny. I need you to find him. And he goes, I have been trying to find Sonny all day. He says, or all afternoon. He says, I had a man surveying and taking pictures of Ava Jerome's room. And I have all the pictures and it shows what happened. He says, I've been trying to get it to Sonny, but his phone goes straight to voicemail. So Jason didn't have to tell Brick, oh, Christina, he's been at the hospital. Christina fell out the window because Brick already knows that, right? So anyway, Jason says, Brick, can you locate Sonny? And to me, Brick should have find Sonny's phone, period. Google location on Sonny at all times. He should, he should be trackable. And he says, and can you send me those pictures? And Brick says, Jason, man, Sonny says you are not in the inner circle, so you're not privy to inner circle information. And Jason said, Brick, I have always protected Sonny. I am still protecting Sonny and his family. And Brick's calm. He pauses and he goes, well, that's good enough for me. And he sends Jason the pictures, right? Which I was happy. I'm like, yes, what do these pictures show? So Jason, the next time we see him, he's at the PCPD. And I think Scott Baldwin is trying to get a judge to have Ava released tonight, right? He told him, remember, I'll find a judge and I'm going to get you released tonight. So Ava is still in the room. She's talking to Chase and, oh, any word on Christina? And trying to get information out of Chase. And Chase is just looking at her. Well, Anna sees Jason. Jason sees Anna, and they look at each other and they've got this secret, like, look code. And she walks over to him and she says, what's going on? So she takes him to that, they have the side little hallway where there's this back stairway. They're over there. And he goes, I've got some information for you. And so he hands her his phone, or he shows her his phone. And she's looking at these pictures. She goes, I see. She says, why are you bringing this information to me? And Jason said, because I trust you. Because see, she already knows. Mob code, Sonny's code is he never would have he just would take care of this. Ava would be judged and sentenced and taken out to the Pine Barrens field, right? But Jason brought the information to her. So Jason is standing outside the interrogation room, and Anna walks in from that side room off that back way. And Ava goes, fine. Are you finally going to let me go? You know, because, they're talking about why is they found Kate's uh, belongings in her room. Well, Carly kicked him out and he didn't have a place to put his luggage. So I said it could stay there. Now, okay, then where did he stay the night? Carly kicked him out. The Metro Court's not the only place to stay in Port Charles, right? So his luggage still could have been with him. But anyway, or wherever he spent the night last night, his luggage should have been, which it really was, everybody. It was right where he spent the night last night. So she goes, it's not a crime. And she goes, then why didn't you mention it? And Scott's like, because Scott was still there at the time. He's like, okay, look, whose luggage she had or why she had it, that has nothing to do with the accident that happened. And Anna said, yeah, but it's interesting that it was intentionally omitted. And so she goes, when you have belongings of an FBI agent, it's gonna come out, right? And that's when Ava told her story, what about, saying he could leave his stuff there, but whatever. And she goes, and she didn't want it to get out because, she's got a custody case coming up, and she didn't want anybody to thinking that Kate, she was having some kind of insider or help from the FBI or whatever she said. So anyway, Anna looks, she goes, you know what? I'm going to give you one last time to think about your story. Are you sure you never laid a hand on Christina Corinthos Davis? I said I never laid a hand on her. No, I did not. So she goes, okay. So Anna turns her iPad around to Ava, and she's flipping through the pictures. One shows, Christina yelling at her, but not irately yelling at her. Then another one shows Ava, getting at Christina. And then another one shows Christina's closer to her around the desk. And then another one shows Ava, you see, she's got her hand where remember when she was kind of taunting her about her mother or whatever? At one point, and I didn't see this during the original scene, and I even went back and watched Thursday. They added something. In the pictures, Ava has like this hand against Christina's shoulders, and her fingers are going over the back like this kind of. One hand behind her back, and the other hand is, doing whatever she's doing. And then it shows her the way it looks in the picture, like I said it would. It was going to look like, it looks as if she pushed at Christina. And then another picture kind of shows action in Ava's hand and Christina flipping around from being pushed at that shoulder. And that's when she headed for the window. That's what the pictures are showing. And Ava is just looking at these pictures. And she goes, how did you get these pictures? And Anna just looks at her. It doesn't matter. They're telling the story as to what actually happened. And Ava's just sitting there like, gump. Yeah, Ava, poor thing, right? So what I did, because for Comment Corner, there was some comments, kind of going a little back and forth. Did Ava touch her? Did she not? So I went back to Thursday and Friday because they did a replay Friday of the whole scene. Now, they show Ava reaching. Remember, she reached for her arm. So they show that. Ava did make contact. We're saying Ava never, some people are saying Ava never made contact. She made contact. Or the scenes that we actually saw, it shows contact, but Ava did not push Christina. But she did make contact with Christina. And then Christina is the one, remember, we all said she snatched away, and Ava opened up her hand, not trying to hang on to Christina. But that whole reaching for her, Christina going this way, and Ava letting her hand back, it looks like Ava pushed her and then brought her hand back because of Christina's body movement. So, yeah, these pictures are kind of definitely incriminating towards Ava. Now, what's going to happen, and I think we're going to see it next week, although today is Tuesday, we may see it this week. We got time. Christina is going to remember. And I think we're going to see from Christina's view. And what we're going to see, for one, we know Ava did not push her. We'll even see if in actuality how much contact Ava actually made with Christina. But Christina is going to swear Ava pushed her. She's going to get Ava back for that, right? So then the only other thing was Carly talking to little Donna, you know, because she was wondering, was her daddy mad at her? And she goes, or does her daddy not want to see her? Because she goes, you and daddy are always, excuse me, excuse me, everyone. You and daddy, oh, goodness, allergies. Sorry about that. You and daddy are always mad at each other. And I thought maybe daddy didn't want to see me anymore. That was a little touchy. So Carly did a good job explaining things and talking to her daughter. So now we're going to go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. I'm starting my stopwatch. I think today I'm supposed to go from the bottom, and it's, oh my goodness, 60 comments, more than 60. So we'll see how far I get. Well, I'm going to get 10 minutes worth. So we'll see how much 10 minutes worth can get us. All right, we have Eva. She says, Ava should have waited for Scott to come before giving a statement. And then we have Clemmy says, I don't care what anybody says. Ava did give Christina a little shove and let her go when she tripped. Could be. Carol says, at first I didn't see, but when I kept refreshing and I saw her push a little. And then Deborah says, Ava did not push her. She stepped back and tripped over the bag. Terrible accident. See, that's what I was saying. Everybody's really, really talking about this. And then Latrice says to Deborah, in my opinion, she may as well have pushed her. Ava said all those terrible things about Christina's parents. She called Alexis the pathetic drunk who destroys every man that she claims to love. And she called Sonny a violent thug that has no business raising a little girl. Oh, my goodness. Latrice, you definitely gave a phenomenal, nice comment. Everybody go back and read Latrice's comment. She really wrote a nice, long comment. Thank you, Latrice. P. Merle says, Ava should not have put her hands on Christina, period. Ava was responsible for this whole mess. Sonny saved her life, and she repays him by letting him slip into a manic state. If that wasn't enough, then she trapped Natalia and gives it to the invader. Yeah, that's Ava for you. Miss Jerome, right? So now we have P. Merle says, where is Michael? Morgan and Christina were always the closest growing up. Molly and TJ need to check their misplaced hostility. This whole storyline is so sad. I hope that at least Sonny will get checked out. Ava needs to get hers. I hope Alexis sues everyone involved, starting with Scotty, and Ava. I'm so over Jocelyn and Dex. Joss goes to Dex instead of family. Natalia overstepped as usual. Blaze needs to make her own decisions. So true. Chrissy Hater, wow, Chrissy Hater says Michael and Christina aren't close anymore because Christina basically cut Michael out of her life because Michael had the nerve to be angry with Sonny and betray him for betraying him and his family. Yeah, that's true. But you know what? Why didn't anybody call Michael? Christina's his sister still, right? She was his sister longer than she was Dante's sister. Lisa says to Chrissy Hater, if you remember when Christina and Michael were talking about Michael and Sonny getting past what happened, she said she and Michael had to resolve their issues and but Sonny won't let it go. Yeah. Chrissy Hater says yes, but that was only happened after Christina needed a favor from Michael. Yep. After watching Sonny beat up Dex, she asked for Michael to fix it. She sure did. That's when she told Blaze that she and Michael used to be close, but she pulled away because she didn't like how Michael was treating Sonny. Pimero says, did anyone not see their last scenes together? Michael and Christina were commiserating over who could best help their dad. That's right. With the custody case, they realized neither of them. It's all good to the siblings, the two siblings. Yeah, they're okay now. Michael should have been called. Clemmy says, I don't believe the first surrogate lost the baby either. I think she'll come back with an offer. Karen says, I'm with you. That first baby is alive. TR Drejour says, I sure hope so. I think so. I really, really do. And then Denzel said, I really can't believe the writers really wrote out or killed the baby, another baby, Christina's and TJ's. This is the second time that TJ lost a child, heartbroken. I really have hopes for the writers that the baby's going to be good and alive and healthy, but no writers did it again. No, the writers did it again. They killed another baby. Yep, Sasha and Brando's and the whole 9 yards. Everybody, yep, let's go back and finish reading Denzel's phenomenal comments as well. You all are really getting good with expressing your feelings. I love it. Really great conversations on GH. Dacia says, wherever happens to Sam, why wasn't she there? Well, Sam ended up showing up today. I don't know where she was, right? She wasn't in court, Sam. Sharon says, on one hand, I'm glad the baby is gone. On the other hand, I'm sad this way. Those sisters won't be at each other over this baby. This was going to be a mess from probably day one. That is so true. Wendy says, I agree. Molly and TJ should have waited. I never agreed with Alexa. Never agreed with Alexis, but she was right. Or they never agreed. I agree with Alexis wholeheartedly. And then Sharon says, TJ already have a baby with the surrogate. Anyway, he just doesn't know it yet. That is true. Jane says, I think the same thing. Oh, Jane, I don't get your comment, honey. LaShanta says, everyone, Ava got mad and grabbed her arm. Chrissy said, don't touch me. She tripped over the bag and went out the window. Ava said horrible things about Chrissy's parents, but when she said, if you make me tell the truth about Sonny, she was going to tell about Morgan and Connie. Had been doing too much with no consequences. I hope she finally pays. Ava has Connie, Morgan, AJ, Sonny, Christina, and her baby. Kiki and Alexis are all her victims. Kiki, I don't know. That was Ryan, but she did. She didn't know she was talking to Ryan because she was mad at Kiki and Griffin, and she just wish Kiki would go away. Yeah, she was saying all that stuff. They never found out that she helped Nell send Carly to Ferncliff and was behind the SEC. She planted the seeds. Nope, she sure didn't get put on blast for that. Debbie says there's a lot to be said. LaShunta says, please search Ava's room. Ava, Kate's, and Scott need to be brought up on charges. I don't know about Scott. Well, Scott does know about Sonny's pills, right? Where's the pictures at? Yep, we found out where they're at. They're with Anna now. I know Sonny is going to regret hooking up with that snake. He will turn Ava, he will turn Avery, she will turn Avery against Sonny. Please get him help scapegoat Ava because Valentine is gone. Yeah, Valentine is gone. So actually, everything is going to fall on Ava. It's going to all be her fault. Good. She deserves it. She played that game. When she found out about the meds, she and Sonny were thick as thieves. There was he was protecting her. There was no reason she didn't give him a heads up. See, an enemy was after him to do something like that. But nope, not Ava. I am says, remember, I said GH kills off babies. Yes, you did. All the hate, distrust, and scorn bit TJ and Molly. That aside, women miscarry, lose babies. Someone close to lost her baby, or someone you were close to the week before she was due. She was involved in a car. Oh, that's so sad. She was involved in a car accident. Another surrogate should have been born by the other surrogate's baby. Yeah, that other surrogate's baby is born. Probably 2 months ago, realistically. Molly only wanted the baby after her sister told her she was unable. She would be unable to carry one. I don't understand that part. Let's be honest, pregnant or not, when a woman gets angry or pushed too far, they will react. No one ever anticipates if there's going to be an injury or loss of a baby arguing. Christina was not wrong going to Ava's. She had a right to confront her. Ava's violated Christina by grabbing her. Ava and Scott are to blame. That's an interesting comment, I am. Everybody go back. Look, when you scrolling down and you see somebody with a whole lot, read it, comment on it, because that's a good comment. And that's at our 10 minutes, everybody. Oh my goodness, great comments, great thoughts. I do. I love Comment Corner, just like all of you do. So I'll be back tomorrow with another daily recap of General Hospital.